So it's just funny because people always say, well, there was no CGI, so how would they have gotten pictures of the Earth? And I mean, here's these guys that are working on this giant ball Earth, and here's these guys over here that are you've got stars in the background and the spinning Earth ball. So I mean, it's not hard for them to fake things back in the day either, right? It's not just.
You have the image with the camera track that goes around it.
Yeah, you mean the yeah, I can bring it up.
I think that was around them for the moon. Yeah, they have a giant moon where they put in craters and everything, and then they have a little railroad track for a camera to orbit the moon.
It's the most obvious evidence of the fraud, and people think, oh no, they use that to practice. What do you mean? That doesn't even make sense. Yeah. What are they practicing? So let me see. So like he's talking about this picture here. Oh wait, I don't think I can. Can I put it here? No, I can't. Hold on. Let me share a different screen. Let's go over here.
Sean, we were talking before the show about anything you hear in the news. The opposite is probably true. They're hiding real flat Earth information. You Google flat Earth, you're going to get all of the same garbage. No matter what terms you put in there, you put my channel name in there, my name, Jaren's name, flat Earth, sunsets, sunrises, whatever. You're going to get the same results every time. So what does that tell you? They don't want you to see this information. Go ahead, Jaren.
Yeah. So here's this guy doing. These guys are looking at this ball moon. This is an actual physical thing that they built. These guys are painting the moon identical to the real moon. They're trying to, again, with a track around it. This guy's making sure that everything is perfect, exactly to scale. None of these things. This guy's sitting in a chair, drawing the moon. They had to have it perfect. Why? What would that be? How would that be for practicing? Why would you need this track coming around with this ball here and this track going around with a little camera on it, unless you're doing shots of the orbiting moon? So to me, it becomes clear of what was going on here and the way that they were doing all these tests and experiments. I'm trying to see a couple other ones here. But and then when we go look at the footage, it's exactly what you would expect. But people just don't want to face facts. They don't want to face the truth that we could have been lied to on such a large level. Is that the one you're talking? Oh, here's some simulator stuff that they show us. That this is in like a black room. This is a simulator showing that they could put this here and have this little half dome to where here's the plans for the track, talking about the projection sphere. Okay, what is that for? Lunar orbit and let down approach simulator. I mean, is this really what we think Armstrong was doing his simulating on?
People say there's no evidence that we faked going to the moon. There's no evidence that the Earth is flat. The absolute opposite is true. There is countless evidence that we didn't go to the moon. There's countless evidence, proofs that we don't live on a ball. And there is none that support the globe or the fact that any human has ever been on a rocket other than amateurs trying to jump canyons and killing themselves.
This is the picture that many people have brought up and that is now repaired on NASA's site. But the Earth is placed here. You can actually see the blocks right now. You can actually see that it's there. Now, NASA says National Geographic did that or something, whatever. But it's just there's so much evidence if you look through their images alone. And, to think that we did something that they threw the technology away and it's, a painful process to get back and they lost all the technology. And then when you see these pictures of this projection sphere, now go watch the landing and look at and go, oh, that's what they're using. It's so clear because, see how weird this looks? This does not look like a real landscape. And then if you go watch them landing, it's not a real landscape. And then you'll see this here. Pictures like this, and then you watch this guy. Oh, I thought I had the picture right here, where he's on the ground actually painting a physical model of it. So, this seems like it was quite an orchestrated event. Again, was it just because Kennedy made that proclamation? He died just 3 days after announcing that he wanted to join with the Russians and do a joint mission. I don't know if you know that. That's it was 3 days after that Kennedy was shot. So, and people don't even know that he made that speech where he's at the UN saying, "Oh, now we want to do a joint mission with Russia to the moon." Somebody didn't like that very much. So again, how about the Freemason connection? I don't know where your opinion is of Freemasons. I know some people have different opinions. For me, I don't like any kind of secret club or any kind of thing that you have to take an oath and I'm going to protect my brothers and not these other people. And it certainly seems like all these guys were Freemasons going way back. And even like Webb, right, from the James Webb was a Freemason. All the original astronauts seem to be Freemasons. They took the Freemason flag up to the moon and named it Lodge 000 or something.